Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. MyWebUniversity is my YouTube channel at youtube.com. And I'm going to do this tutorial on top command as well as htop. Both top and top commands or and Linux and Unix supported. And by default, top comes on every Linux machine. Htop, you have to install it. And then for top command, we're going to do a demo on both. And then for top command, since it provides, it comes in as a package that is already installed in every Linux version, you don't have to do much, you just use it. For htop, if it is not there already, it was not installed by previous admin or someone, then you have to do it. In order to check your performance of your system in terms of resources, such as central processing unit, CPU, memory, and then memory RAM, random access memory, and then physical memory as well as virtual memory. Both of them you can check it, and then also uptime, and then zombie process, defund process, all kind of processes, daemons, and then system processes, and then user-defined processes, user processes. Each one of them, I will show you an example and how to interact with them, how to check for those processes, and how to find out memory hog and CPU bound processes, IO bound, and commands like that, and that could help you troubleshoot performance issues. So stay tuned, and I'm going to cover both of them on Linux Ubuntu today. I have this thumbnail for top and htop. But if I would create one video per session, and then I would create one for top and one for htop. But I decided that I would put both of them on one command because they're very similar. So it's just top is a regular performance tuning for top 20 command processes that shows up, and htop is a little bit more interactive. It is providing you some sort of not graphical interface that you could say, but you can do mouse kind of keyboard kind of interactivity. And we call it TUI, not GUI. GUI would be standing for graphical user interface. So it would be fully functional with the graphical interface, but this is text-based user interface. That's why we call it TUI. So let's get to the Linux Ubuntu, and I'll show you. So at this time, I just have my browser already open, YouTube at MyWebUniversity and Farsi language. So I'm making these videos in Farsi as well as in English. You're welcome to just join our channel, whichever videos you're interested to watch. There's a lot of videos for you that you can just learn and learn and learn. It's all online learning is made easy. At the same time, I have MyWebUniversity.com, which is a secure website that I'm running for the past 20 years. And each one of these ones, they give you a lot of videos that you can watch, and then you can go online and look at my book that I wrote online. It's all the Linux stuff as on one book. 13 chapters. Each chapter is another book by itself, because some of them has like maybe 32,000 PDF files in between chapter 8 to chapter 13. That's a lot of PDF files for Linux Rocky, Linux Red Hat, Linux Ubuntu, and so on. All of those ones are available at the same time. Manual pages for and manual pages, documentation for Windows operating system, as well as chapter 2 basic Unix and Linux command that are formatted in table format, intermediate Unix command, and then chapter 4 advanced commands. So for example, if you want to go to shell programming, you would go chapter 5 here. Chapter 4 for advanced programming, I just show you this table. In each of these tables that you collect, there's videos that you can watch. For each row, I made a video for it. So this row is just about 11 commands, and then I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 11 a column and 8 rows. about 88 commands. So whichever one you look, for example, we were talking about top and htop. You can also find related command like ps or process stream, and I will show you later on. This process stream is just giving you the process ID of either $sign or system D, which is one. So if you click on this one, the program runs in my Linux operating system in my cloud, and you don't have to worry about installing any VM or anything. And the output is going to come right here on the browser. So you can just get the output of it in there. At the same time, if you decided to get manual pages for it, you could just click on this page man process stream, and you will get the command here output. And then you say, what about if I want to learn top? Yeah, you just type in top here, and then you get the commands output. Similarly for any other Linux command. But let me just show you one more thing that I told you, that this direct path to Linux Ubuntu is about 13 chapters. So assuming that you're learning Linux and you want to learn about top and htop, I already thought about it, and I said, well, what if you don't have access to a Linux machine to read the manual pages or something? So I wrote a Python program to generate the program dynamically. This chapter 12 says dynamic generation of Linux Ubuntu. All you have to do is visit this page, which is on the browser. You just need internet access, and then the desire to learn. You come in here, you say what command you want to learn. You say, give me the top command. And then you just click on submit here. Then I generate it dynamically, and I give you this PDF file. You just click on this top PDF, and then I produce you the output in a very nice PDF format. So you don't need to buy books. You don't need to do anything. You just come visit my website and start learning. Everything's for free, given to you. And then before my company is purchased I bought by some company that I don't have access to do it, it's better for you to start learning for free. And so then there's nothing going to be ever, charging you. And the other thing is, like, let's say I do a htop, and the same thing is right here. Htop give you the output for htop. And then you say, well, you showed me the process stream 3 ps3. If you know the command, you just type in here, then I produce the output for you here in PDF format. And if you did it on the manual pages on the HTML page, I also produce it output there. Whichever feels better for you and you like to learn it, then you can do it. Like you see a top command, proc file system, PS commands, they're all related. So whichever one you learn, then you go to the next one. Assuming that here you just type in for PS, the process command process string, and then it will just give you the output for process. And then when you go on the bottom for C also section, notice that pgrep is process grep PS3, top and proc, all of them are there. So if you want to do like proc file system is sudo-based file system. It is just all the process that run on memory, they're written in the proc file system. It's a very, very efficient way to do it. All those PS3, PWDX, all those pwait, pgrep, pkill, all of those commands are related to a proc file system. So you can see that if you run about proc file system, you know a lot about the system related processes, and you can manage it. So without further ado, rather than looking at all these man pages, I could run like free command to get it, or do a find, or PS3 uptime, change root, nmap, process map, pmap, and there's a lot of them that are supposed to be here. And if they're not listed, I'll teach you here, just visiting watching these videos. So let's just cover top and htop today. I'm going to log into this machine first. So the first thing, I'm going to do a clear screen here, Q Q and then clear screen here. Sorry, clear screen here, and then I'm going to exit out of root and then clear my screen here. So if I just exit out of this one, this is my Linux Ubuntu Jellyfish virtual machine that is running. As I saw, didn't show you here, but on previous video, you can see that I have made a lot of the Linux virtual boxes, whether it's Linux or Linux Mint or Red Hat or Solaris operating system, Unix. I made a lot of those ones, and today I'm going to show you on Linux running on host operating system here. So the host operating system, if I just do CMD, it's a system info. You can see that this one /i and then say OS name. This is Windows operating system. Microsoft Windows 11. So the host operating system, Microsoft Windows 11, and the guest operating system is Linux Ubuntu. I'm going to go on the guest operating system on virtual machine, and I just open a terminal. So by clicking open terminal, this nice terminal shows up, and then I think the size is good enough. So let me just type in a command ID-UN, and yeah, you can see it. This there. What I could do is make it a little bit bigger later on, but let me just do it with this one right now. I think it is good. So at this time, if I just say, okay, what type of machine I'm running here? There's os-release file. So if I just do cat -n etc os-release, the reason I do -n so I could show you line number. And notice that line 3, it shows the version number. So it shows the version is 22.04. The name of the operating system is Ubuntu, and the name of the code along with the code name is Jellyfish, version 22.04.4, and it's long-term support. LTS stands for long-term support. Long-term support meaning that it's going to be from the day that it was released on the year of 2022, and then this version is supported for 5 more years until April 17 of 2027. So that's when that operating system could go through another extended life support or something after that one. But the 2027 is pretty long, and then by that time we will use another version of it. So let's go to knowing that information here, saying that, okay, I have that one. I could also get the information, uname, and then say, and give me the machine type of it, give me the platform, give me the OS name -o, and give me the version, and give me the release name. Each one of them, I could get that information from it one by one. But now we're going to talk about top command first. So if I say which top, the which command is going to show that where top binary is installed. User bin top, that means that under the user, the binary file is called top. So if I say file user bin top, I see that it is executable link format. That means that it's a binary file, and it says that it's executable 64-bit, and remember that uname -m for machine type or uname -p for platform. It's all showing x64, x86 64-bit. So it's a 64-bit operating system, and then the rest of the details are all here, including that whether there's shared object files and long-term support and all that detail. LSB and everything. So let's just go to the top. We found out that the top is there. Now I'm going to say in Ubuntu, if I want to know what is the name of the package that installed top, then I could do debian pkg-s, search for it, and then I could say user bin top. So then it says that, okay, in order for the top to be installed, you need a package called proc ps. Similarly, if I just change this one to say, show me the package name for htop, then it says you need the package name htop. And if I just do another one, let's say app-file, then it says that app file package is the one. So every package that you want to just know, on Linux, you normally type in DNF or yum. You say DNF provides, then user bin top, and then it will tell you the name of the package. On Linux Ubuntu, you do this Debian package manager with -s. And if you want to install top, or get more information on it, you could say apt for application package toolkit, and then you could say, for example, info top. And then it will give you that package information for that one. Let's do user bin top. If it doesn't give you any line, given a command line and supported. So this path is not supported. What you could do is, let's say we go the same thing with htop, and then notice that htop give you so much information when you look for the excuse me for a second, when you look for the name of the package. So you can also do apt show htop, and then it will tell you the name of the package, all the details, the version, everything. I'll say show apt search htop. And then similarly, if you want to say, well, what about top? Can I do app search top? Yeah, you can do it, and then it will tell you what other matches are found. But the important thing is that since it's installed, you can do where is a top here. It will tell you that you have top command here on the user bin. The name of the package is called top, and then the man page for it is this one, top.1. So now I can do a man for manual page and then say top. I could get the section 1. By default, if I don't give any section, it provides that 1 due to that shared manual pages. It's called top.1.gazip. So if I just do minus section 1, that would also produce the same output. Similarly, I could get the top with minus, not top, info and top. So you can get the same thing. You get a lot of information on the top. You could run it, and then it's a lot. So look at this, how big it is, just for you to read it. And then also on the see also section, it tells you VM stat, and then htop, and then uptime, and so on. So like, for example, uptime is giving you the system uptime. So clearing this screen here, I'm going to do top. We did top, and then now I'm going to do what is top. Top, what is this? Giving you a quick summary of what does top provide you. So for any command, if you just want to know what does this command do, it's top, you just do that on clear screen. What is, you have to type it correctly, it's top, and it will tell you. What is, say, Debian PKG, it will tell you. What is calendar command? What is cal? It will tell you. So everything that you do, like calendar command, it will do date command. So what is a date? It will just tell you the what is command. And then now, and remember that PS command, let's do a PS stream. What is process stream 3? That one is PS3. On Solaris, this P3 is called P3. So now notice that display a tree of the processes. What does that mean? So every process that is running on the system, let's say you want to look at all the processes, you just type in top here. And then notice that top command is giving you a lot of very nice user functionality. So I'm going to increase this thing a little bit more. And you can see now it's really nice formatted. With different color coded, so you can see the task 219 processes are there, and then one is always in running state, and then here is the state that it says shows whether the process is in running state or idle for I or is sleep mode. Usually the running state is the one, the process that takes a nanosecond of or milliseconds of CPU and memory to just compute it and then do some computation, and then the next process take over. This is the top 20 processes on the system currently. So notice that some of my processes are coming as user Wahid. These are columns for process ID. Every process that runs on the system, it has a process ID. The lower the process ID, that means the higher and the priority. These numbers 1 through 8 has a priority of 0. That means it has much higher than everything else because they're system-related processes like daemons and other ones. So 1 is process system D. You can see that one. You can also search by process ID. You can search by user. You can search by all of these options. So process IDs are telling you how to handle this process. It's like a file handle. A file handle, when you open to read and write from a file, a process ID is the handle to manage this process. For example, the system D has a process ID of 1. So if I want to just only get the system D process ID, I can just do a quit here and say top minus P and then say process ID 1. So now I'm just only seeing process ID 1. And then if I just want to get more information on this one, notice that this one is not much on using top. But with htop and then other Linux command that I told you on the proc file system, you can get a lot further than just the top command. So before I get to that level, let me just introduce you to these other commands here. I mean, these other outputs. And you can see that the top command is right now 4:13. One user is running. Load average is 0.17, which means the system is too efficient. There's nothing running. That is that you're not using your resources. If you're using the load average in 99 point something, then your system may just go to degradation mode if you run out of memory or CPU or swap or something. If the processes are bottlenecking some kind of IO bound or memory bound or anything, there those one could or CPU bound, they could just do a bottleneck, and then at that time, and then you're going to run out of memory. So the memory that you're looking at here is the amount of free is going to shrink because all this resident portion area, it's the portion, the program, the process gets loaded. The virtual memory that is here, this is the area that the memory is the heap. As programs data gets loaded into the heap, this could grow or shrink. When the data is read out and then it is maybe going to swap space or something, by that time it's not in memory. So the heap is not shrinking at that time. But if the data is loaded into memory, they are growing in the size. That's virtual memory. There's also a shared portion of it. The shared portion is that data that is the shared object files. So some function calls that you're printing a file, you don't need to load that function 10 times. It is a shared, you just point to that function name and you say print 1,000 times this file. Or 10 people could share the same object through dynamic link library on Windows or .so on Linux and then share it between them. So there's a lot of this knowledge that I built over 30 or 20 years in addition to studying computer science with bachelor and master and then teaching computer science at the college universities. So please stay on my channel and start learning. I'm going to help you a lot. I can help you, I guarantee you that you will learn a lot here. And if you have questions, just raise the question. I'll make another video for you to help you out for your school, for your job, for anything that I can help you. That's my thinking of just building a great society around us. Everywhere we go, we all have to be like a binary tree, help what we can, and then that tree is going to grow and expand, and everybody's all of a sudden having great jobs and educating everybody else. So At this time, let's come back to this small thing that we were discussing top. So look at this one. It says Zombie 0. Usually, zombie process or child processes that become orphan, and then they become defunct first, and then they need some resources. Either the resources like they need some kind of input output for I/O, waiting for the user to give some input, and the user is gone to lunch, then the process is going to wait for that input. So the I/O, the process you could say is I/O bound, or the process is memory hog. Memory hog meaning that the memory that it is available for you, this process needs to load more data into memory, and then maybe it's an Oracle database memory as a Java process. All of those ones, they may take a lot of processes. So I mean a lot of memory, and if they become memory bound, you have to, as an admin, when you look at the top, identify those culprit process and take care of it, and or just either give it more resources or just they will hack. And when they become that defunct process on Linux, usually they become defunct process and they will identify themselves as zombie. And then when you could check on the system as defunct processes, then you see them on the top command as zombie. If you have two of them, it will say two here. If you have one of them, obviously say one. But one defunct process is going to translate to one zombie process. If you have a couple of them, usually that's not a problem. But usually, as an admin, you can become root and you just check for defunct processes. And then usually you don't kill the process idea of defunct and assume that now you took care of the zombie process. That's why they are called zombie, because at some point the process invoked the child process, but the parent died, and now they're just waiting. The child is orphan. We call it orphan, and it's like a zombie walking on the street without knowing what to do. So they need the parent credit card to say, hey, I need to buy something. I need some kind of money. In order to get that money, let's say it's input or output or that CPU usage or memory usage, then that credit card is not given. So what happened is with the zombie process, the system D, which we used to call it init. Init was system 5 release 4. After system 7, it changed to system D. System D, which is system daemon. This is a list of system D, a list of daemons, firewall D, system CTL, a lot of them. So when they are just waiting and running in the as root, this one init will take over to the parent process of zombie process. Then it says, okay, this parent has died. Now I'm adopting that zombie process or that orphan child as my child. And I'm going to give the resources to that process. But sometimes that when you give your credit card, the kid or the bad person that become a zombie, they are no longer connected to the world. They may be on drugs or something. And then at that time, that zombie process will never come back to init and just say, give me the resource what you want. They never communicate with the mother of all the processes, system D. Like that person does not come from the state back to home, so the parent could say, okay, you needed this help, let me help you. So at that time, the only thing you could do is there's a shared area of memory called system tables. On that one, the system D tries to give it all the resources and gracefully kill that zombie process or gracefully terminate it, not kill it, terminate it, and then just give the resources back to the system saying that, okay, that process, I took care of it, and now you have zero process, zombie process. If the init cannot do it, then you interact manually by identifying the zombie process, and you kill the parent process of ID of the zombie process. But I said the parent might have already been died. So you have to identify the process that invoked it. Sometimes it's one process, the daemon is still running and it's still spawning the child process if it is an NFS daemon or something, and somehow one of the process died, and then the rest of them are going to just keep coming with another process ID. So what you do is that you just kill that one. And on Linux, most of the junior and senior, even intermediate admin usually would say, oh, there's 30 of them, my system is hang up, I have to reboot it. And sometimes you don't have choice but reboot it, because Linux does not provide a command that Solaris does. That's why I loved Solaris. I was certified on Solaris in 2003, I think it was, with Solaris 9, I was certified with it. I had to go to Colorado, take exam, and then get the certification, everything. But all of those ones, at that time, I was looking at the Solaris proc file system. Solaris were way more advanced in comparison to Linux and other. But unfortunately, Oracle merged with Sun Microsystem, and Sun Microsystem Solaris 10 and 11 was not supported as much as it should have been. And so Solaris on the x86 basically died because of Python was not getting upgraded. A lot of other packages were not available. Sun freeware and all those things that were used to be providing the Sun. OpenCSE and other ones, they are still there, but they're not giving you more than Python 3.5 or something. Everything is old system. But with Solaris proc file system, if you run it, the command is preep. Preep will just reheap the system tables, and then it's going to find the culprit process, and it's going to reclaim it. You don't have to reboot the machine. That was the advantage of Solaris. You could just do a preep on the zombie process and get rid of it. I had done a lot of my work where I do, and then I had taken care of so many other servers similar to that one. So now let me just show you the preep command, not preep command, pstream. But before I do that one, I'm going to do a top minus p 1, 2, 3. And notice that I'm some of those ones, kernel CRUD and RCU app. So if I just go this one and say comma 4, some of those ones that are root, you can see all of these processes. So and instead of those ones, I could say top minus u root, and then I'll get all the output of the process for root. Notice 1 through 8, they're all kind of like system daemon processes. So what I could do is, and I could also do top, and then instead of doing that one minus u root, I'm going to do minus u wahid. So you could check all the processes that I'm running as user wahid. And then if I just quit out here, say id-un, I could see that one. So and there's another command that you could simply just say, show me PS. PS is just telling you that you're currently using bash. So echo $sign shell, I'm going to use /bin bash. And at the same time, I could say get end and get end password, and then say $sign and then id-un, and then I will say that, okay, I'm logged on as Wahid. And if I just say echo $sign home, you can see my home is pointing to home Wahid. $sign shell is bin bash, I already did that one. $sign pwd is where your print working directory is, which is this right now. I'm sorry, lowercase. You are on that one. So if I do this one, pwd shows that one. What for the other videos on what is PS1 and what is PS2, there are some short videos that I did, not short video, maybe 16 minutes, 20 minutes, but those will help you. So here I did the PS command, and then now echo $sign. So $sign is pointing to the current process that I'm doing it. If I just open a current shell here, now I say, okay, I'm on current shell, echo $sign is going to point to the process ID of current shell. Similarly, if I just open another bash, now I'm on the fourth bash here. So echo $sign is pointing to 11,447. And then if I exit out of this one, exit out of this one, and then come back only to the last one, then it is just that. If I exit out of that one, my main bash is gonna terminate. This is like getting out of that shell. So now I'm gonna open one more time this terminal. This time I'm going to size it, let's say, from here to there. So later on, if we run htop, we have everything in detail. So I was telling you about the PS command. So PS command gives you in general, but if you say PS minus everything, files all, this one will show all the processes. Then now you have an option of doing this one with pipe, and then you say grep minus I for system D. So show me everything that is name is something with system D. And then if I just want to spin off another process, like for example, say PS minus EFA, grep minus I Wahid. So all the processes that are owned by Wahid, I could see this one. Similarly, if I just know a process ID, I could say grep let's say 4069. Let's see if that process exists. Yeah. So another process is there. So whichever one you want to do, and similarly, here I say minus W word and then process ID one. So notice the one is really hard to do it, but you can see that that list is matching a lot of the number one, right? So you could say, well, you could find out if the parent process ID is one or something. You could do that one, but let me just show you. PS minus parent process ID one. So this one is not giving you that option, but most likely there's a man pages for getting parent process ID. Maybe it's lowercase. And so parent process ID, yeah. You can see here that options of PS with parent process ID and process ID and P parent process ID of CPU and P grep and all other one option are there. So clear screen PS minus parent process ID one. And then not show that one. I show you another trick that you can do much better than that. So what you do is do a PS3 and then minus P and then process ID one. So that one is just giving you the system D and a very nice process stream with process ID information here. So let me just do a 5 more here. And you can see that system D, the process ID one invoked all these other processes. This is 905 that has these other child processes. So if I want to get this kind of information here, notice that I could say just this one, and now I'm not getting the process ID of it. But if I want to go for each one of them, and instead of just that, I could say, give me the minus P, meaning that show me the process ID of it. So it is this one, invoke this one. And now if I want to just say for model manager for 905, and see these other processes that are a child process of it, 905. So let's change this one so we don't get the screen too big. We say 905 and show me that. Now notice that this one is 905. It has these processes under it. This means this. So I could say PWDX 905. That one is showing the print working directory of executable. And so since it says permission denied, I have to put sudo in front of this. And then type in my sudo password. So some of them are in the proc file system, and they make sure that you have the proper permission. So that process was invoked from root directory. And what I could do is that if I say, show me this command here, it is doing that. I'm going to say minus P, that was already there, minus T for thread level. Notice that the thread number also showing here. So these ones doesn't have it, but if I do for number one, and then look at the threads. Notice for each of these threads that are spawned, then the thread process ID are showing here. You can see the thread is basically a smaller subroutine that runs within a process that could do a smaller task. For example, you open Microsoft Word or you open a Vim, you're just doing some editing, and at the same time, you want to just concatenate a part of a file or just change some kind of fonts or something. It's just that runs as a thread, or printed and runs another thread. So small threads. So here we did that process as stream 3. I'm going to also show you the P map of it, process map of 1. So you can see the process map, it says that P map of it is 1. So if I just say PWDX, we did that one, process map. So let's just open a process like a terminal. So I'm going to just invoke another process myself. So let's see if xterm is installed here. So you say which xterm, and xterm is installed, that's good. So I don't have to install it. I could say user bin, or I don't have to type in a user bin, I know that it is there. By default, if we just do this one, this xterm comes in with a background screen, and it's really small to read. So I'm going to just change it. If I want to keep the background to a black screen, I could say minus BG, and I say, in fact, I don't have to even provide that parameter because I assume that I want to get it the same one. And then the foreground is also white. All I want to just do is change the font size to New York, and then font size of it. The font face is New York, and the font size is, let's say, 17 to make it really big. So I could do that one. Notice it just came out with that setting everything here. So if I just wanted 15, I could do that one here. And if I just want to do what 15, but do ampersand at the end, so I have my commands. Now notice this command is right here. And then I'm just looking at this one. So at this time, if I just run top, then the process, one of them is xterm is somewhere here. So on the top command, notice you don't have an option to search it. You have to identify the command sometimes when it is running here. It's much more tedious to look at it. But with quit out of here, you say ps minus ef grep minus I top, and then you could run the top command or just say grep minus I xterm. So you know that the process I invoked it is this one, and this is the process ID. If I just don't want to kill it by the process ID, I could say pkill xterm, and that would just close that xterm window. So let's say I want to just do that xterm again, and this time I'm going to change the background minus background. I'm going to just say let's make it green. But I'm going to make it like a darker green, 2500. And then foreground, I'm going to make it white. So pound FFF3 character is like as if you're writing 6 hexadecimal. Each one of those ones are hexadecimal number. So 00, the first one that you type in, that is saying no red. 25 means dark green, and 00 means blue is no blue. So that's what this one is. Now you can see it. And I want to make it a little bit more darker than this. So let's just make it like 15. So now it's much darker than what it was. I could just bring it up here. Last time I killed the process, I'm going to move this one so you can see the other window on the background here. Okay, so now you have this window here, and then this window, I'm going to move it even higher, like this much is good enough. And then this one, you could say clear screen. And now you know that the xterm is running on the background here. So if I run a calendar command, you could get the output. On this one, you could do whatever you want. So let's say I'm going to do a while through do and say echo hi, and then say date command and sleep 2 seconds, and then done. So every time it just writes hi, then it writes date command, and then it sleeps 2 seconds. But because while true is always true, and this will be infinite loop. So if I press enter, every 2 seconds it's gonna just say hi and the timestamp with the date. You notice the 2 second differences every time. So this is gonna go on and on and on. And if I just say, well, Control C out of it, Control C out of it, and then clear my screen here. And then instead of doing that command, I want to clear a screen at some point after this, so you don't see that this command is just going somewhere else. So now notice it clears the screen, and we know that this is happening every 2 seconds, right? It just gave a timestamp here, say hi, and then you timestamp, and it does it. But then I say, well, I don't need the time because I can do X clock here. So I can start X clock, and I don't need to just say escape 2 seconds. I could do that one. So let's assume this one is right here. And then I'm going to say, well, I just did this one. Let me just background it. I'm gonna say background it. And then at the same time, I'm gonna put this one also right here. And then at the same time, I'm gonna say XIs and background that one also. So that this is there. And then okay, that's too big for this screen, and I should just see if I could make the size. Wow, the size is the whole screen now, and now it's small. So you just have to click on these buttons to just resize it like every other dialog box. So here I have those ones available, and then I'm going to just try to kill one of them. Let's say that X eyes. I'm frustrated to say, oh, this is just bothering my eyes. I just could have my own eyes looking at it the way I want to look at it. So you could say just simply pkill X eyes, and it will identify that file and it will kill it. But then if you just say, I know that this is too harsh on X eyes, don't do a kill right away. You could just say, do a kill -9, which is forcing it, or -15, which is terminating it gracefully. Then the process ID of that X So I'm going to, this time, instead of doing a pkill, I'm going to say grep -I X. And so assuming that you find out that one of the process was X, and that was the culprit that was hanging, so you need to kill this process ID. You could say kill -9 and then 11831, and that would kill it. Similarly, in this other one. So in order to identify this one, X clock, I could do simply pkill, process kill X clock. It would be faster because I don't have to do it. But on the old days, you don't have these options. You had to do a search to say, well, what is the command? And then you want to do this one and so on. So if there's a lot of them, and then you have to match with a lot of them, and I will show you a trick with the top command and the htop command. You can do as many as you want. The fastest way is to do a pkill, but sometimes there's two name of Firefox process invoked or external invoked, and you want to only kill a certain one of them, not just the default any matching string. So then you need the PS-EF8 to grep for what you're looking for. So let's just do this one. First, we're going to do a clear screen here and say, I'm going to do another extern here. Extern, let's say I'm going to do another one in the background. So this was here. And then I'm going to do another extern minus foreground black minus background white, and then ampersand. So now I started a white background interface. So all kind of options you have there to do it. And then say extern minus background dark blue minus foreground white, and then font size, anything you want. I'm gonna do also and this one on the interface. So you could do this one. The nice thing about this colors, you could write it in text, or you could just say, I want a specific number, like let's say pound 20, pound um, 25, 25, 25. This would give you some sort of like this kind of color right here. So minus foreground white is that's good enough. And notice that color is similar to that. So whichever color code you want, you just have to find the hashing code or the hexadecimal value, and then HTML code kind of things that you put it. Similarly on the Linux, you could do that one. With external, you just do it. So at this time now, if I want to clear my screen, I say, show me all the process of extern. And then now notice they are a little bit different by the name. So some of them, like if I want to just kill, let's say this black one, or this blue one, or this white one, or this, whichever one you prefer to kill it, you could just come in here and then do that one. So let's just kill the blue one here. So the blue one, I'm going to just get it, and then I say kill minus 9, and then right here, the dark blue is this one, all right? So you just give that process ID of it as 12088, I believe it is. If I can read it, I'm further away. Yeah, it was that. So it did it. But now if I just say, well, this is a lot to just go one by one, why can't I just do a pkill on extern? And then, yeah, you could do a pkill. And on the old days when pkill of extern was not defined, this is how you would do, okay? So you run this extern for first command here. Then you say, okay, grep out minus b, my extern itself. I mean, my grep command itself. So the list of the output only shows you the process ID of these 1, 2, 3, 4 process, and there are 4 of them here. But then if you have 1,000 of them, you normally would have done a pkill. And if you didn't have the pkill, this is how you would do it. You say op print $2. This $2 would give you this process ID of this one. This is the main process that was invoked. These are the parent process. As you notice, the 1184 is my bash, that process that I invoked this command. So if I do this one, I get all the process ID that is right here on this second column. That's why $2. So now if I just say, do a while read PID, I say do, and then I'm saying echo killing the $PID now. So you just give a message to yourself saying that I'm killing it, not terminating it. So kill minus $9 process ID, that variable, and then write it down. So notice the nice thing is that as my statements are done, I just finished with that part. So now as soon as I press enter, all these 4 will be gone. Do you agree? Yes, you did agree. And then we just kill it, and now there's no process on those ones. So I showed you from command line how to create processes, how to track them, how to identify it, and then there. So we don't have any zombie processes, but we have other processes. So let me just go back here, and I will show you now htop command, clear command. So what is htop? We already looked at that one, and then Debian pkg minus s htop, it tells you the package name is also yarn and other ones, but what you're interested in, the one with the binaries. So the one in the binaries here, if I just run that command, is a lot of information. Then don't get misled that top is provided by this. These are PNG files. So in order to know the exact one, you do a grep here, grep -i bin, and then that would say that, okay, user bin htop is provided by the package name htop. That's how you provide it. On the Linux Rocky, either you use YAM or use DNF. So DNF is like a superset of YAM. YAM eventually is gonna retire. Right now it's symbolic link to DNF3, and then on Linux and Red Hat and Rocky stuff. But DNF2 3 is a Python program that is equivalent to whatever you did with YAM. You could do that one. So on that one, you could say DNF provides, and then name of the top. If the package was on the repository, it will list it. Otherwise, you have to enable the package through subscription manager or config manager or something through the system, or YAM or DNF install the RPM. So let's get back to htop. What is htop? You saw that one. And then man htop, notice the wording that it says for, it says interactive processor viewer. So that means that it's almost like a TUI, text user interface. So on a lot of the commands for Linux nowadays, they have some kind of TUI based, like for example, for network manager, and then command line would be nmcli, and then for the TUI based, it would be nmtui, and nmtui, and then so on. So, but let me just show you here the htop stuff. So man htop, we did that one, and info htop also tells you the same kind of information here, and then also the proxy file system and other ones that's similar to the other one. Which htop, you can see that it is there, file user bin htop. It says that it's executable link format binary, and at the same time, where is htop? It tells you the package, and then the man page, it shows that section 1. So I could also get man -s htop, and if you were on my website, you could do man -s1 htop. This is showing you in text base here, but if you are on my website, sorry, let me just go to the website already. I have it open somewhere here. You see this, and then a proc file system. So if you just type in htop here, all you do is just go here and then open it. Now you get a PDF file for it. And it's really nice, easy for your eyes to read it and everything. All the related commands are there. You just are going to learn it much faster. So coming back here on the graphical interface, oops, my mouse dropped for a second. Let me just get it back. Sorry, I have to move in to the other location. It's further away. Where did it go? There's a table. Great, I found it. Okay. See there, it went all the way under the table. And so let me just come back here and then now do the work, and then so I was doing htop, and then for the htop clear screen df -h, and then okay, htop. Let me just clear the screen here. I'm going to run htop command itself, and you can see the graphical interface, what it shows here. The processes, since I have 4 processors on this system, then it shows 0 through 3. And then memory is showing how much memory, how much swap, and then number of tasks, the number of threads, and then one process running, and then load average, uptime, and all of that. Similarly to the top, this is process ID, this user, priority, all that information that was there is also on here. But at the same time, you have these function calls like function F1 through F10 or F11. All of these ones are assigned a specific function. For example, F1 will provide you help. When you press F1, it will give you this nice help to say how to navigate through this. When you do F2, for example, F2 is set up. So what are you setting up? Let's say I want to go to this level on this setup of this one, and I go look at the number on the display. I want to get a tree view, and I check this button here with X. If I press again X, the space bar, it is just removing the X, meaning that don't show me a tree view. But if I just check it, the tree, and then escape here, now notice on the right side is everything is in a tree view. So I want to just not lose my mouse again because I have a small place here. So I'm barely moving. My hand is restricted there. Unfortunately, my table is really small for this screen to move around and everything. So you can see right here now, everything is that stuff, right? So we looked at it. At the same time, you have this option of searching. For example, if you do escape and then say if the 3 is for search, you press F3 and then it says search for what? You say search for system D, and now it's identifying all the system D processes there. So then you can just go on the system D and say, okay, show me all these ones and the detail of it. And if you search for something else, you just type in something else. Let's say I'm searching for cron, and right away it find out the cron there. So the other thing is that you can also kill the process like F9. Other ones, I would rather do the kill command using the method that I showed you because you have more control. Here, if you just kill a process by not seeing all the details there, you might just terminate something as a process. But if you do it with the without the F9 function, so like for example F9, if I want to just kill a, let's say I'm going to quit out of this one, I'm going to say run an extern ampersand, and then that process there. So I'm going to just say, okay, that background process, let me just move my my session here, make it a little bit smaller. It's kind of not giving me control. So let me just do a pkill extern first, and then do a clear screen here, and resizing this window. And I could do move it a little bit here, and let's just put it here, and then we say run an extern minus foreground minus background white minus foreground black. So I'm going to just do that one minus font size, let's say 15, and that's good enough. So we do that one, and we move this one right here. So at this time, I could terminate it from this command, that one, or kill the extern. But let's just identify through htop the extern. So first of all, move this window up to here. So you see on the background this white, and then run htop here. And then htop, you can see that if I just do F3, search for it, and then F3, and then I say search for extern. Now it identified the extern here. So now I'm pressing F9, and says, do you want to kill it? Then I say, yeah, F9 is plus kill. But then it's going to say, if I just press F9 to say, yeah, kill it, and then says what type of signal you want. If you want to do it gracefully, it's 15. But I want to force it. So I do signal kill 9, and then I press enter. Now extern is closed. So either you do it through graphical interface, like whichever one you feel comfortable. I showed you both methods. I don't want to talk about it too much. So let's go to other options of top. I'm sorry, htop, clear screen htop. Similar to the top command, if I make this screen bigger, I have option of also searching the htop for a particular user like root. So only show me root or htop minus process ID 1, 2, 3. You could do those ones. If there is not any process of those ones, obviously you will not get it. But if it is there, it will just show that process. So and then minus u Wahid for show me on the process for Wahid. So there's other options also. You could practice on it through manual pages. I'm not gonna cover this one indefinite time. I could say that, well, some of the options that I didn't cover, like no color, -c, monocolor, and other ones, you could just try all of those options here. Sort the key in tree view. So the tree view is also right here from the command line with that dash T or dash dash tree. So if you want to just get the default one, you say htop dash T, you will get automatically dash tree. And that F2 that I showed you, you enabled it on the display. It is already with dash X is also enabled here. And so that is, if I just disable this one, now I go back and it's not in tree. So if I just say, show me in tree, htop dash dash tree also will give me the in tree format. You can see here. And then F2, you go there, under the display, you can see it is X is put back for you because of that flag that you passed on the command line. Okay. I hope you liked this video and I hope you enjoyed it and learned from it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please join our channel. You're gonna learn it a lot from it. So the channel, the full channel is youtube.com at MyWebUniversity. And if you go to the homepage, you are seeing all these playlists and everything. But if you look at the videos, under the video, I have a lot of videos there, more than 1,200 videos, and you're welcome to watch them. The topic of computer science related course that I either taught at Pasadena City College or did it at my work or something that I have helped a lot, and I think I can help you as well. No matter what level you are, if you just come in here, you might be a junior, intermediate, or senior, you will learn something from it because I have more than 30 years of experience with 2 degrees in computer science and 8 years of teaching at the university level. So I definitely can help you in operating system, database, software engineering, programming, all kind of shell programming, Bash, Python, C, C++. And there's videos here for you. So you're welcome to do it. And last but not least, if you enjoy soccer, just watch some of these soccer or go to my son's soccer channel and you will love it. So let me just show you one of his, for fun, I'm just showing you this, just so you guys could have some fun also. This is his soccer channel, and then you can see that there's a lot of amazing goals that he have done. About three weeks ago, he recently signed his first professional contract with one of the San Juan Capistrano Capo FC, which is NISA contract, and then I'm hoping that he's going to do great, and God willing, he will achieve his goals. He's working very hard for it. And right here, this video, I'm going to just click on it, and just to show you some juggling skills with the ball, the way he spin it. We all learn a lot from Maradona, Diego Maradona. You can see the way he spins it. This was 2019 when he was in high school. At the high school, he was just spinning it and jumping with the ball. And this is at home, and just in 2020, about 4 years ago. And then you can see the spinning of the ball, that the way he does it is, and then he kicks it high and turns around and then does other things with it. It's good. But let me say that like you can see that this inside spinning it. I hope you guys are into soccer, watching World Cup. You will watch a lot of stuff on the World Cup, but let me point to that video that I was telling you. Right here, you can see this. This one, I used to be a very good juggler and great soccer player. I played for Italian teams in New York for money, and then I played at City University of New York and All State New York. All of those teams that I played back then, but I could never do this. Look at this, and he does it with table tennis and ping pong balls. You might watch some of those videos. Amazingly talented. No, okay, you see that this one is a spinning tennis ball. I hope you have fun. I'm not gonna just stop here because there's a lot you can watch and enjoy. So just go to youtube.com at Mo Lutfi 10 and then watch some of his highlights and some of the amazing things that the kid is actually is working really hard. Perseverance is one of the example. He just does it, and I am hoping that someday he's going to be at the professional level, competing for our country, or just the U.S., our country also, his country. So whether he plays for Afghanistan or United States, as long as he brings the honor for our community and our loved ones, that's all matters. Take care. God bless you all. Have fun. And I hope you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel. Bye now.